Welcome to World Alert Updates. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. The Philippine Stock Exchange in 2017 buzzed with optimism as the PSEI shattered records, signaling a dramatic economic transformation. Bells rang, traders shouted, and foreign capital poured in from New York, London, Tokyo, and Beijing. Investors saw a young English-speaking workforce and a government finally serious about reform. Foreign direct investment soared to $10.3 billion, funding call centers, malls, and infrastructure that reshaped the nation. For decades, the Philippines lagged behind its neighbors, plagued by instability and corruption. But now, sound policies and a demographic boom fueled a surge in confidence. The world took notice. Headlines shifted from pity to promise. The stock market's rise was just the surface. Beneath it, a new economic powerhouse was emerging. The Philippines was no longer the sick man of Asia. It was ready to claim its place as a major player in the Asian century. The roar of the PSEI was the sound of a nation announcing its arrival. The country was finally getting well, and fast. The influx of foreign investment thrust the Philippines into the heart of the US-China rivalry. Once a staunch American ally, the Philippines now finds itself courted by Beijing's deep pockets. China's investments, bridges, railways, ports, are transforming the country in ways US aid never did. This checkbook diplomacy creates jobs and goodwill, but also new dependencies. The US worries its ally is slipping away, while China draws the Philippines deeper into its economic orbit. Manila must balance its historic alliance with the US, its security guarantor, against China, its top trading partner. Alienating either could mean losing vital capital or security. The result, a foreign policy of calculated ambiguity. The Philippines conducts military exercises with the US while signing billion-dollar deals with China. This pragmatic strategy is risky. As US-China tensions rise, pressure to choose a side grows. The Philippines is now on the front line of global competition. Its choices will shape not just its own future, but the balance of power in Asia. Navigating this high-wire act is its greatest diplomatic challenge. The stakes have never been higher. The world is watching Manila's next move. The Philippines' archipelago of over 7,600 islands is both beautiful and economically challenging. Fragmentation drives up logistics costs, among the highest in Asia, making goods expensive and stifling growth. Major cities like Manila thrive, but remote islands are left behind, deepening poverty and inequality. Poor connectivity means many communities lack electricity, internet, and even clean water. Geography shapes opportunity. A child's future is often determined by their island of birth. Overcoming this tyranny of geography requires massive investment in bridges, ports, and ferries. China's infrastructure-led investment is appealing for this reason. Connecting the archipelago is about more than efficiency. It's about national unity. Only by bridging these divides can the Philippines unlock its full potential. The challenge is immense, but the stakes are nothing less than the nation's future. The Philippines' greatest export isn't a product, it's its people. Millions work abroad, sending home $37.2 billion in remittances, over 8% of GDP. These funds fuel domestic consumption, keeping the economy resilient even during global crises. But this model reveals a deeper problem: the lack of quality jobs at home. The brain drain is real, as many of the most skilled leave for better opportunities. Remittances mask the urgent need for reforms to create jobs domestically. The social cost is high. Millions of children grow up with parents overseas. The dream is to build an economy where working abroad is a choice, not a necessity. The current boom offers hope that this dream may finally be within reach. The Philippines' location is its greatest strategic asset. Its islands guard the gateway between the Pacific and the South China Sea, vital for global trade. For the US, the Philippines is a linchpin for projecting power in Asia. For China, it's a barrier to naval expansion and a key to breaking out into the Pacific. Both powers offer incentives to win Manila's favor. This gives the Philippines rare leverage, but also makes it a potential flashpoint. As tensions rise in the South China Sea, the country is on the front line. Its geography is no longer just a map feature, it's the reason for its newfound importance. The Philippines must use this leverage wisely. Its choices will echo far beyond its shores. China's concrete diplomacy is reshaping the Philippines. Billions in Belt and Road investments are building roads, bridges, and railways the country desperately needs. Projects like the Binondo Intramuros Bridge and new railways are symbols of rapid modernization. Improved infrastructure lowers business costs, boosts trade, and spreads growth to neglected regions. The construction boom creates jobs and fuels economic momentum. The government's Build, Build, Build program, backed by Chinese funding, is central to this transformation. Critics warn of debt risks and lack of transparency, but the lure of fast progress is strong. The government bets that benefits will outweigh the risks. For now, cranes and bulldozers are the face of a nation on the move. The Philippines is building its way to a more prosperous future. The Philippines' economic story is written in numbers. GDP growth has topped 6% annually, fueled by a tenfold surge in foreign investment since 2010. But the real advantage is demographic, a median age of just 25, among the youngest in Asia. This demographic dividend means a growing, energetic workforce for decades to come. Young, English-speaking Filipinos power industries like BPO, manufacturing, and services. In contrast, China faces an aging, shrinking workforce. The Philippines' youth drive a dynamic consumer market and attract global companies. Over 1.3 million work in BPO, generating $30 billion a year. Demographics are the country's ultimate trump card. A young population ensures workers for new industries and a market for their products. While investment in infrastructure can fluctuate, people are a deep structural strength. The numbers point to a future where demographics shape destiny. The Philippines is just entering its demographic sweet spot. The Philippines walks a tightrope between the US, its military ally, and China, its top economic partner. Both superpowers vie for influence, forcing Manila into a delicate balancing act. In the South China Sea, US support provides security, but risks confrontation with China. Economically, China's investments are vital for growth. Decoupling would be devastating. The government must maintain cordial ties with both, even as tensions rise. One day, Manila protests Chinese actions. The next, it signs new deals with Beijing. This balancing act grows harder as US-China rivalry intensifies. Both demand clearer commitments, but the Philippines wants to benefit from both. The nightmare is being caught in the crossfire if competition turns to conflict. The dream is to leverage rivalry for national gain, the stakes prosperity or peril. The world's giants are watching, and so is the nation. The next move is critical. Beneath the surface of growth, the Philippines remains deeply unequal. A small elite controls much of the wealth, while millions remain in poverty. The top 1% capture 17% of income, the bottom 50% share just 14%. Inequality isn't just about money, it's about access to healthcare, education, and justice. Corruption diverts public funds, erodes trust, and rigs the system for the well-connected. This inequality threatens stability and long-term progress. Social mobility is limited, poverty is often inherited. Tackling corruption and reforming taxes are essential for a more inclusive society. Without change, the country risks becoming rich on paper but poor in spirit. The challenge: ensure the boom benefits all, not just a few. The Philippines stands at a crossroads, opportunity and risk in equal measure. Favorable demographics, strategic location, and global interest have never aligned like this before. The dream: become a true Asian tiger, lifting millions from poverty. The risk: being crushed between US and China, or undone by internal inequality and corruption. The nation's future will be decided in Manila, not Washington or Beijing. Can leaders seize this moment and unite the country? The next decade will determine if the Philippines rises or falters. The world is watching. The archipelago's fate hangs in the balance. The time to choose its destiny is now.